Today on Monkey Life, Alison's in Spain on the trail of two capuchin monkeys desperate for a new home.
We'll take good care of them.
A woolly monkey mum can't feed her newborn baby, so an adoptive dad takes over.
Good boy. Oh, that's a good lad.
And nursery chimp Bryan falls in love with his own reflection. This is Monkey World in Dorset. Tucked away deep in the English countryside, it's the largest sanctuary for monkeys and apes on the planet. And this is Dr. Alison Cronin, the primate's best friend. Alison and her team spend their lives rescuing...
Everybody's brilliant. Really good.
...and rehabilitating primates from all over the world.
We're pleased with you now.
They currently look after more than 240 monkeys and apes from 15 different species. It's an early start at the rescue centre, and Alison is already at her desk. She's about to head off to Spain in the hope that she can bring back two capuchin monkeys desperately in need of a new home.
Hi Tim, this is Alison from Monkey World calling. I just wanted to confirm that I've just sent you through the government's permission to land the two capuchin monkeys at Bournemouth Airport specially, plus confirmation of the peoples that we'll need to have on the tarmac to unload Babe and Amy.
Unfortunately, Alison is often asked to rehome animals from the exotic pet trade when owners find they can no longer look after them.
This couple have two capuchin monkeys, but they've since moved to Spain. So they're now an expatriate couple. They had taken their pair of capuchin monkeys to Spain. They had already had one baby from the pair. Since their time in Spain, they've had a second baby, and then the parents of the adult capuchin monkeys since passed away. So she's asked if they can come and live with all of our other capuchin monkeys, and yeah, the answer is yes.
Alison and her team are no strangers to rescuing capuchin monkeys. They were responsible for the biggest ever monkey rescue when they brought back 88 capuchins from a laboratory in Chile in 2008.
Nobody in their right mind would take it on. I mean, it's never been done before. Nothing like it has been done.
It took months of negotiation, the help of the Chilean Air Force.
I'm actually impressed how calm they are, considering that they've never been outside of that lab before.
And a Hercules plane.
Pretty huge, yeah, it doesn't get much huger.
To bring them back to the UK.
They're all going to have a chance to live proper lives again. Perfect.
But bringing primates into the UK from abroad involves a lot of admin work, and special arrangements need to be made with the authorities.
As of last night at about 8 or 9 o'clock, I was still sort of tearing my hair out because I've asked for special permission on Babe and Amy's behalf if we can land the monkeys at Bournemouth Airport, which is just down the road from us. They are a little bit older. They've lived in sort of very remote circumstances, and the hustle and bustle of Heathrow or Gatwick is just so full on. We've got Bournemouth just down the road, and I can get a direct flight from the area that they're in into Bournemouth, so I've asked for special permission to land them. And they'll be able to go in with all of our ladies and hopefully have a much more natural life than they've got at present. So I think it should be a good thing for everybody.
While Alison pulls the paperwork together, Animal Director Jeremy Keeling is at the park's chimp nursery. He has a special relationship with all the youngsters born or brought up at the park. Today, Jeremy and the maintenance team are installing new equipment in their enclosure. Chimp-proof mirrors. Chimps don't often get a chance to see their own reflections clearly, so the mirrors should prove interesting and fun. Foster mum Sally leads them out, but it's Bryan who's first to investigate. Scaring himself in the process. Sally is more interested in the nuts and bolts. It's good fun for the chimps, but it also gives Jeremy a chance to see how their characters are developing. Rodders and Ash, both 4 years old, were born within a month of each other. Their mums rejected them, leaving the primate care staff and Sally to bring them up. Rodders is turning into a proper little boy. Playful and boisterous.
Rodders, he's not got a lot going up top. He is an ideal candidate for the bachelors, and he'll be there. I'd stake my house on it.
Ash is more timid and tends to stay on the sidelines.
Young female chimps, particularly around Ash's age group, are very subordinate in their behaviour compared with little boys because they don't get away with it. Ash is just going through that, same as all little girls go through that. So therefore she's possibly feeling a little bit hard done by.
While Ash can cope with Rodders, Bryan is older and a challenge to live with.
Bryan's a thinking chap. Bryan's got an awful lot more going on, which has probably been to his detriment from his background. You know, because being an idiot, a brainless idiot, is a nice place to be.
Bryan's 6 and has been at Monkey World for 3 years. He was smuggled from the wild in Africa, came through Cuba, and was bought by a Mexican beach photographer who knocked out most of his teeth.
Bryan, from a very young age, has had a hard life, a very, very hard life. So a lot of what you see with Bryan is very new and superficial. Under the surface, he's a very mixed up little boy still. And that reflects, obviously, on everything he does and how he is, and he needs treating with kid gloves, as far as we're concerned, because of that.
While the youngsters treat the mirrors like a new playmate, one-armed Lulu is more contemplative. Lulu arrived in 2000 after being rescued from a travelling circus in Cyprus. She lost her arm after being attacked by her mother.
Lulu thinking, oh, I haven't got an arm, is not going to be a big surprise to her, because she knows that. Lulu is also a very deep thinking person. She's got more PhDs than's good for her, that animal. She'll be writing this all up tonight. She's a clever girl, so she's just checking it out. I personally think this is great for the chimps to do this sort of, you know, anything new and interesting, as long as it isn't going to be detrimental to them in any way. As long as they're enjoying it, then let them have it.
The Spanish Costas. A favourite destination for British tourists and expats for decades. Alison and Jeremy are en route to Tarragona on the Costa Dorada.
We're just on the road now, heading to pick up Babe and Amy, a couple more capuchin monkeys, because we don't have enough. We only have 80 odd, 88. Anyway.
For Jeremy and I, it was a no-brainer. You know, we can easily rehabilitate them with our other female capuchin monkeys, let them have a more natural life. And for us, it doesn't matter whether you're a capuchin or a chimpanzee. We'll provide a home if we can do that at the park. So Babe and Amy will be heading back to UK tomorrow with Jeremy and I.
So the next one?
39A, so it should be the next one.
The family they've come to see live in a small village just outside the main coastal town. They've arrived at the Spanish home where Kevin and Anne have lived for 10 years. But the couple are now planning to return home to the UK, and they've decided to give up their much-loved, hand-reared capuchin monkeys before the move. Jeremy and Alison are keen to be introduced.
Oh, Amy. Amy.
That's Amy,
yes,
yeah.
You've got bigger tufts
Are you working this one out yourself, Jeremy?
Yeah.
You're a good girl, Mrs. Yes, I've had a little splash of your urine. That's nice. That's very nice. I know, you're sharing. You're a good girl.
We lost the father about 5 months ago, and since then they've felt insecure. As much as, you know, when I go in, they come on me. They need that male. It's as hard as it's going to be to get rid of them because they are part of the family. I want the best for them. You know, when you've got them and you've had them so long, they're like your kids, right? They're not just animals. They really aren't. I would say Amy is more like the mother. She can be very, you know, stay on her own, and it's got to be her decision, you know, to muck in, if you like. But Babe, she'll get into anything. She'll be in your hair if she has the chance.
Anne has obviously tried her best for Babe and Amy, but Alison's keen to know how she now feels about people keeping monkeys at home.
Would you think that monkeys would make a good pet for your average person?
It's like any animal. As much as you trust them, you wouldn't want them to be with kids all the time. Adults, it's different. But as hard as it is, you can never trust them 100%. At the end of the day, they are wild animals.
Babe and Amy will travel to the UK in special flight crates.
They've got sort of fresh air and things, but people at like the airport can't be putting their hands into them.
True.
And then on each one, they've got a window to look out of so they can see where they're going. So, yeah,
Jeremy feels both animals are in good enough condition to make the journey home.
They're looking pretty good. They're not too fat. They're not too thin. Their coat's fairly good, and I'm pretty pleased actually.
Later in the programme, will Babe and Amy cooperate when Jeremy tries to catch them for the journey home?
Have you got the door?
Yeah.
2 weeks ago, Kuna, a rare woolly monkey, gave birth to a baby boy at the park. Unfortunately, she didn't nurse him, and the primate care team had to step in. Alison and Mike have become mum and dad to baby Diego, and with Alison away, Mike's on duty.
I had a sort of list where everybody threw in a few names, and Diego was chosen. Alison, I believe, is from San Diego. So it seemed appropriate, and he's now Diego, aren't you?
It's important for the primate care team at the park to share the workload babysitting and feeding Diego.
It's not a good idea for, one person to do hand rearing because they do get sort of fixated on somebody. So it's quite good to sort of pass him around, and at a very early age as well, so that he doesn't get too sort of fixed on somebody. I mean, at the moment, I don't think he doesn't really care who gives him his bottle, which is great. And he'll grow up being passed from different people to different people. No problems mentally or in any direction like that. And he should grow up to be a very well-adjusted little baby woolly monkey like the other two, Julio and Paolo. He's really sort of dictated that he needs a bit of solid food, so we started him off on a little bit of mashed banana, about the size of a quarter of a pea, and just squished it between our fingers, put it on the end of the finger and just offer it to him, and he actually sort of sucked it off the finger. And then very, very soon we increased it to twice a day, 3 times a day, and now at every feed he gets about 3 little pieces of squashed banana.
But today, Mike's trying a new menu.
Okay, so what should we have first? We'd like a little bit of rice. Let's see how we go. I'm going to take it. Yeah. Good boy. Look at that. How's about that? Good boy. Oh, that's a good lad.
The rice is a success, so next it's his favourite banana for dessert.
Should we try the banana? Hey. Yeah, I know. See? Come on. Ah, that's it. Well done. God, dear me, that took a bit of an effort, didn't it? Hey? That was a bit of an effort, wasn't it?
Feeding over, it's bedtime for one happy baby woolly monkey.
Good morning, sweetheart. Hiya.
It's day 2 in Spain, and Alison and Jeremy are back to collect Babe and Amy, the Spanish-based capuchins.
Hey, sweet pea. How you doing? Good girl.
They need to make the pair of sisters comfortable for the journey.
If you want to load up 0.5 for each, maybe you could go in with her and do your deed. So we've brought just a light sedation for the monkeys, which will just keep them calm in the box in case they're not happy being in a confined area, and it's just a really sort of light sedative just to relax them a bit. So get it mixed up in some yogurt, and hopefully Anne can get them just to take it down.
Jeremy carefully prepares the sedative.
One in that one. Okay, you just mix that in a little bit, perhaps.
Anne feeds it to a willing Babe and Amy, and Alison prepares the flight crates with food and water.
I think that'd be enough there, yeah?
Oh, more than enough.
More than.
Feed them a week with that.
Yeah, I was going to say. Eat forever in this.
We can feed the chimps when we get home. Man, you've done.
But before you can crate a pair of capuchins, first you've got to catch them.
If Jeremy walks into the cage, I reckon they will both run in here because they're going to go, oh, and then we'll put a board over the door, keeping them in this room where we can then catch them and put them in the box. They've both gone in?
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So just hang on a moment.
Jeremy has persuaded Babe and Amy into their indoor bedroom area and closed off their outside enclosure.
If I pin one in the net there,
and then
come out with one pinned in the net, we'll shut that door again, can that, and then we'll go to the second one.
plan.
Have you got the door?
Yep.
First, plan A. OK, let's try plan B. That seemed to work.
Okay, quick, because the other one's back against the wall.
You've got to go around that way. This isn't. Get the net out. Are you in there?
Cool.
Similar.
Yeah.
Job done. Now for the next one.
It's all right. It's all right.
One way in, and that's that way.
She's frightened. No. But make sure that all fingers are accounted for. Cool.
For my next trick, I will balance a ball on my nose and juggle with fire. Okay.
There will be a show tonight.
Mission accomplished. and owner Kevin gives them a hand to load up. But which is which?
I think it's Amy in the big box, but I'm not sure because I had it for a moment, then when I was catching them, I kind of lost it when they're two together. Yeah.
Kind of seem calm enough, don't they?
No,
That's Babe, yeah?
And now that they settle.
But while Babe and Amy appear relaxed, it's all too much for owner Anne.
We'll take good care of them. And you come and see them anytime.
Sorry.
No, you're quite all right. Oh, they're both cut up to bits.
Yeah. Sooner we sort of...
Look at nice, calm monkeys. That went a lot better than I thought it would go.
Thing is, it could go anyway, couldn't it? So
yeah. No,
but
that was pretty swift,
Yeah.
actually.
Yep.
You've done this before.
Yeah, but even so, you know, you might be... if you go halfway around the world to collect an animal, then it can go anyway when you net it. So then you can look at, right, Charlie.
Yeah.
That's everything we need to put in there, isn't it? And she can...
With Babe and Amy settled, Alison and Jeremy head for the airport. Next time on Monkey Life, how will the Spanish capuchins take to flying?
This is the big one, this is Amy.
And which one of them becomes an escape artist?
You're good. Yep. Oh.